Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's be honest, we've all been there, staring at a repository that feels like it's completely out of control. Untriaged issues, failing tests, you name it. Well, today, we're going to dive into a whole new way to tackle that chaos, automating GitHub with AI agents. Seriously, just take a second and picture this. You log on in the morning, grab your coffee, and you look at your repo, and it's calm. Issues are neatly triaged and labeled. The CI failures from last night, they've already been investigated, and there's a pull request with a proposed fix waiting for you. It sounds like a fantasy, right? Especially compared to the usual morning fire drill. So that's the big question, isn't it? How do we actually get from that constant reactive firefighting to a state of proactive automated calm? Well, the answer involves a pretty fundamental shift in how we think about automation. Before we get to the cool new solution, let's just all agree on the problem. For most of us, the day-to-day reality of maintaining a repository is basically a never-ending fight against chaos. Yeah, does this list look painfully familiar? That endless pile of untriaged issues, those CI tests that fail for reasons nobody has time to figure out, docs that are always just a little bit out of date, and all those small, mind-numbing tasks that just slowly drain your will to live? This isn't just an annoyance. It's a huge drag on your team's energy and focus. So to combat all of this, GitHub is working on something new called agentic workflows. And this isn't just another automation tool, it's a completely different approach, a new way of thinking about how we get work done in our repositories. Okay, so what does all that jargon actually mean? Well, to put it simply, you write down what you want to happen, your goal, in a simple markdown file. Then an AI agent reads your instructions and gets to work, all inside the secure bubble of GitHub Actions. The two big ideas to hang on to here are intent-driven and plain markdown. And this slide right here, this is the core of it. With the old way of doing things, with YAML, you had to be a micromanager. You had to spell out every single tiny step, the how. With agentic workflows, you stop being the manager and you start being the leader. You just describe the end goal, the what. You define the destination and you let the AI figure out the best route to get there. This huge shift from focusing on the how to focusing on the what really opens up a whole new world of automation. The team at GitHub is calling it continuous AI, and it feels like the natural next step after continuous integration and continuous deployment. Now, here's a really important point. This doesn't get rid of your existing CI/CD pipelines, not at all. You still need those to build, test, and deploy your code. Continuous AI works with them, it augments them. It handles all the fuzzy, reasoning-based tasks that traditional automation just can't touch. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Look at the kinds of things that suddenly become possible. Imagine an agent that just handles issue triage for you 24/7, or one that automatically updates your documentation every single time a relevant API changes. It can even dig into a failed build, figure out what went wrong, and open a PR with a suggested fix. These are all things that, until now, absolutely required a human. Okay, that all sounds great, maybe a little like science fiction. So let's bring it back down to earth with a super simple, super practical example that pretty much any team could use right away, just creating a daily status report for your repo. Here's the most magical part, the simplicity. You're not writing some complex script, you're not battling YAML indentation, you just write. In a plain old markdown file, you describe the report you want the AI agent to generate. And just look at that. It's plain English. You're telling the agent who the report is for, maintainers, what to put in it, and even the style you want. Keep it concise. It's literally like giving instructions to a new assistant, except this assistant never gets tired and never needs a coffee break. Okay, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. This sounds incredible, but can I really trust an AI to run around inside my repository? It's a completely fair question, and it's probably the most important one to answer. So let's be clear, safety is non-negotiable here. The whole system was built from the ground up on a foundation of security. It's not an afterthought, it's the core principle. The architecture uses multiple layers of protection to make sure the agent only does exactly what it's supposed to do and nothing more. So let's quickly break down these guardrails. First off, agents are read-only by default. They can't just start changing things without you explicitly allowing it. Second, they run in a secure sandbox, totally cut off from the host system. And third, and this is a big one, any action that actually writes something, like opening a PR, has to go through a pre-approved, human-reviewable channel. And this is the most critical safety feature of all. A human is always in the loop. An agent can write code and open a pull request, but it can never, ever merge that pull request automatically. A person always has to review it and click the merge button. You are always in control. Okay, so if you're feeling the power and you're feeling good about the safety, you're probably wondering, how do I actually get my hands on this and try it out? Here's some solid advice for getting started. Start small and safe. Have your first agent just write comments or generate reports. Focus on tasks with a really clear goal. And be specific in your instructions. The more you tell the agent what a good outcome looks like, the better it'll do. And finally, treat that markdown file like any other piece of code. Review it, put it in source control, and improve it over time. The actual process is super straightforward. First, you install a new CLI extension. Then you create your markdown file with your instructions. You run one command to compile it, and then you just commit those 2 new files into your repo. That's it. Your AI workflow is officially live. So we'll leave you with this final thought. Just think about your own work, your own repository. What is that one tedious, repetitive chore that you just wish would go away forever? Because with agentic workflows, you can actually start making that happen. Happy automating!